Chelsea versus Newcastle, two teams that was involved in the midweek of the UEFA Champions League round of 16 first leg, as Chelsea traveled away to France to take on Paris Saint-Germain, where they lost by 5-2. And Newcastle United at St. James's Park played a 1-1 draw against Barcelona. So Chelsea versus Newcastle go head-to-head today in the English Premier League round of 30 match. So if we take a look at the Premier League standing, Chelsea currently sits 5th in the Premier League standing, chasing for a top 4 finish for next season UEFA Champions League, while Newcastle United currently sit 12th in the English Premier League and still have a chance to progress in the UEFA Champions League against FC Barcelona, with the second leg scheduled to take place at Camp Nou. So going into this particular encounter, for Chelsea, it's a must-win. There is no two ways Chelsea should actually think of turning a 3-goal deficit against Paris Saint-Germain from the first leg of the UEFA Champions League. So going into this particular game, what Liam Rosenior need to do is just to field in the best leg that can get the job done. Chelsea still have a chance. In fact, we stand a clear chance progressing for the top 4 and getting Champions League football next season than turning a 3-goal deficit against Paris Saint-Germain. So going into this particular encounter, Chelsea, the ball is in your court and it's a must-win. No need to rest any player for the game against Paris Saint-Germain because it is not doable. Even though it's football, everything and anything is possible. But in this case, it is more realistic for Chelsea to make a top 4 finish and qualify for Champions League football next season than thinking of turning a 3-goal deficit against Paris Saint-Germain. So I expect Chelsea to go all out in this particular encounter. Newcastle, on the other hand, have not been in a fantastic form away from home in the English Premier League this season. And Stamford Bridge has always been a nightmare for Newcastle United. So the last time Newcastle United actually picked a win in the English Premier League against Chelsea was about 14 years ago in 2012. So going into this particular game, Liam Rosenior just need to forget about the Paris Saint-Germain clash coming next week. Focus on this particular game as it is the more important game than that Paris Saint-Germain game. I'm not saying we're not going to play the game, but it's football. Anything can still possible. I heard some quarter of fans saying there is no way Chelsea can qualify. Well, I can share in that sentiment, but we should not forget that it was the same Paris Saint-Germain Chelsea scored 3 unreplied goals in the Club World Cup final and actually win the trophy. So going into this particular game, it's all about this clash against Newcastle, and I expect Liam Rosenior to do the needful. Put in the best leg. I don't want to see Phil Jorgensen in between the stick. Let's go with the lesser problem, talking about Robert Sanchez, who in my opinion is a better shot stopper than even Jorgensen. So forget about playing from the back. That approach of football is not paying off for us. So I expect Chelsea go out and get a win against Newcastle United. What's your take?